Otep Aibobo Bon Soleil Grand Rising. Peace on earth. Love and light to everyone worldwide. Thank you to our Mother, Father, Light, our Creator, our Universal Law. Thank you to our ancestors, from our mother, our father lineage. I send love, peace to you and our planet. Also, in the astral realm. Thank you for all you ever done for us. Peace, love, respect for our culture. Thank you. Today, I'm going to talk about the insecurity that control the land of Haiti. So many of you in the world don't know, will not know the remote control that manage the land of Haiti since 1915, perhaps before 1915, after the assassination of our father, Emperor King General Jean-Jacques Dessalines. We never had a chance to breathe after 1806, his assassination. The colonizer returned back while away to the land from a people that came from torture for centuries under a group that controlling us of free laborers, worked day and night as a slave, human trafficking for their success. The people never have a chance to know who they are because they are captured in their own land. Later, other people were brought to the land from all over the world. Our ancestors were in Kemet, original land named Atlantic, Now the modern name we all knows, Egypt. And later you heard about Al Kabulon, and today you heard about the latest name is Africa. But you know, Africa is not a land. Africa is not a people. Africa is a land. It's not a people or a country. All these names been given to us each time we were colonized by a group of people, mankind that came from different part of the world that looking for survival. When they found us living as a people together, as a culture, as a community, which they don't have, they felt they have to steal that away from us. And they did. Sadly, they play the game you see them playing today. As always, you're gonna have a group of greedy that will listen to the outsider that offer them gun, offer them weapons, or any form of goods they don't have in the land. They will offer them so-called trade to sell out the community, the original people, idea, their culture, their root, the people that believe and know in the spirituality, the connection they have with the land, the animal, the trees, the gold, copper, mining, anything that in the land, what nature provide for them. Before you know it, the outsider will wanna conquer them, to steal it from them, or to work with a group of my control, a group of people that so-called priests, so-called king, so-called the watchmen in the community, but they have no idea what the outsider attention was. Or perhaps some of them may know, because to this day it is the same thing that happened all over the world, especially the people in the Caribbean, the people that outside the Western world. They always been trapped when they see other people from different part of the world came to the land. We always welcome everybody because of that, as everybody know what happened to the original people, the star sea people, the sun star sea people. As today the modern name, you call them black people. They are being lied to, Our history been stolen from us from ancient pre-aliens, Atlantis, Kemet, or shaman, or king, or warrior, or culture, or language has been stolen away from us for centuries. To this day, if you look off the star, see people, they are lost because they've been lying for so long. Their history is stolen from them for so long. We've been told other people their history to us. That's what's going on for centuries. To this day, many of us try to looking back what happened to us. We give thanks to nature, the technology that he created for us for centuries. Nature has everything for us always. Mother Earth, Gaia, our Father, spiritual Father, Sun, Star, has everything for us. Because we are in our planet as a student to learn about ourselves. We are here as a university student to learn about that blue planet we have. Not to sit, eat, get drunk, fornicated, have children, and lost in the land without know who we are. We are a part of the Creator. We are returned most of the time to help and work with Mother Earth. Sadly, many of us forget who we are when we back to the earth. But not all of us. Some of us maybe been sleeping, but some of us now is awake. We looking to go back to our original sin, original what we used to do, original how we used to connect with nature, the earth, the plant, the animal, the atmosphere, the universal law, to sharing love to one another, respect the trees, everything that has life, because they were a part of us. They came from us. Some of us reincarnate or we cycle back in our earth as a tree, as a plant, as the animals, as the ant, as the water, as the seawater, as anything that has life. Our planet, you look at it as a physical, but it is mental, it is energy, it is vibration. For many of you that don't know, I'm going to stop there because the main purpose of that short video is to talk about Haiti, the land of freedom, the land of humanity. Our ancestors fought to have the freedom just like we used to have before we were facing with the outsider, that came to our land. We all heard about Christopher Columbus, that so-called was a sailor all over the world, and we know the lies we've been told. But one day, he didn't know, the enemy didn't know it was gonna be a race, a group of people that will be looking for the truth, to know who we are, how do we lost our history, our culture, our root, our language, the way we used to dress, the way we used to eat, our alkaline diet, the way we used to communicate, the way we used to respect nature. They don't know if it was a group of people all over the world someday that will awake from the slumber, from the deep sleep, to know what happened to me, what happened to my ancestry. It is happening now, worldwide. Millions of us awake to learn about our shaman history, or Arawak indigenous bloodline, or pre-aliens, or star seeds, or Lemurians, or Atlantis bloodline, or star seeds bloodlines, or Mother Gaia. The time is now. Please don't fall back to sleep. We're going to talk about Haiti. When we say Haiti, Haiti is not separate, the mother, not separate from Dominican Republic. It is one piece of land. Haiti is a part of America. We are a part of Texas, Canada, the entire Caribbean. We are a part of it. Our land that was controlled by Napoleon was given to Jefferson. If you heard about Louisiana, this is our land. This is our people. Sadly, when they escaped from Haiti because of insecurity, the colonizer created for us to murder us. When they escaped by boat for months, to be in the sea water, to travel, to flee for their life from Haiti. If they get to the shore in Florida, Puerto Rico, or anywhere in the world, if the immigration, the Coast Guard, caught them in that boat, they will send them back home. But when they caught other people that try to flee, escape from their land for better opportunity, that's what they think. They believe come here to the US, Canada, France, or anywhere in the world, Europe, including China, Russia, they think the life is easy, but they have no idea if they put their life at risk, because anywhere our people goes, they've been persecuted because of racism. They've been tortured, they've been put in jail, even if they don't do anything wrong. Today I'm going to speak on Haiti. The insecurity you see is going on in Haiti. It is a remote control by a group of people, outsider, that has nothing to do with the original people in the land. is a group of Lebanese, Syrian, a group of bloodline that were there after we fought for our independence. Later on, we have different type of people moved to the land. They were also looking for security, for better life, because they were persecuted. That's what they claim from the homeland, like in Arab, Afghanistan, Cuba, United States, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and other part of the world. When they go to Haiti, especially if they were persecuted because of their belief, Haiti was a place for them to stay. They can be free, live like everybody else. Our ancestor, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, said, if you put your foot in that land, you will be considered Haitian, no matter the skin color you have. It doesn't matter if you have blue eyes, green eyes, blonde hair, pale skin, you will be considered as the original people that in the land. You will not consider yourself better than them. But that wasn't the case. These folks, or I forget, the people who call themselves Jewish, there were a large of them, a large of community that was living in Haiti back then. Some of them still there, but a lot of them left Haiti when different government take place in the land. But if you go a part of Haiti in the countryside, you will see different type of pieces, different type of people looking that in Haiti. Some of them look like more like the Latinos, like the Europeans, the Indians, the Chinese, because Haiti have different type of group of race, just like you see today in the modern United States. I'm not talking about the original American. That's where Haiti is to these days. A lot of places, if you go in Haiti, you're gonna find different type of people in the land. They have no problem to live in the land in peace. The problem back then, the problem we have now with them, they get involved in the country politic, geopolitic. Our ancestors built a constitution for us that was dated May 1805. That constitution also, we have our original flag, that black and red, not the commercial flag you see in Haiti today, a light blue and red with a palm tree, also with a little hat that covering up the tree in the middle of this flag. That flag is a commercial flag. It is a flag that created by the neo-colonizer, outsider. It has nothing to do with the original land flag. We do have a dark red flag that was the indigenous military flag color that was controlled, trained by our powerful women and our ancestors, Dessalines, that called l'armée indigène, armée indigène. If you look in that original, dark blue, red has nothing to do with what we see today in Haiti. The United States, France, Canada, and other European, Spain colonizer, they create perhaps, I think, 10 more 10 new constitutions for the land of Haiti, which is illegal, against or sovereign land, against or independent, because you cannot change any constitutions. Even United States know that. France, Canada know that. Russia, China, they all know that. You can amend it to add to the constitutions, but you can't refuse to use the original constitutions that where the Haitian people were supposed to be respect and follow how to live in the land with their culture, spirituality. The men and women should know how to raise their children, what they are supposed to be doing to protect the land from the outsider. That constitution was removed from the land. The constitution we supposed to have a military force in Haiti. United States use Haitian house slave Conze against Dessalines, against the patriarchy land, to destroy the last military force we have in the land. Even though that military force we have was created, interfered by outsider, by United States. The original Lame, Ame, indigens we have that was built, that was help us fight our independence with our spirituality consciousness, no longer used in the land. The police we see today is a gangsterism police. Our constitutions respect, honor, no two different force in the land, the military force and the police, to protect the community. It's been almost 50 years. Everything been upside down. The United States Embassy, United States that you see in Haiti, it is a base of military. United States claim they don't respect the army force we have in the land. They're not respecting that. They're not recognize it. And Aristide, it was the old priest that were put in there by the Roman Catholic, by the Vaticans, because the Vaticans play a big role in the government. The government, the modern government you see today from England, Europe, you see in United States, controlled by the Vaticans and the Queen of England. If you don't know that today, you know. They're doing the same thing all over the world. They used a poor man that was a priest called Jean-Bertrand Aristide. to destroy the so-called military force we used to have in the land. But with that being said, the military force you see in Haiti today is not the original one. The one you see in Haiti today, before Aristide, from Duvalier time, most of you call Papa Doc, that was a CIA for United States. Later he created his own group called Tonton Macoute, and United States create another group called FRAP. So we have multiple forces in the land for centuries that not respect by the original Haitian people constitutions 1805. The colonizer create a constitution for themselves because the constitution they Saline create for the land, we supposed to have a department governmental. Now everything focused only in Port-au-Prince, where there is chaos every day. The people from the outside Port-au-Prince, if they need a passport, a driver license, a state ID, they have to come Port-au-Prince to get it done. Even is difficult back then to doing so. To this day is worse because Haiti so corrupt of corruption. If you need a license, a birth certificate, a passport, any form of legal paper, a permit to open a business, you have to pay extra money when you get to the office to get it done for you. They will want to make money on the side for themselves. A part of that money go to the government, and a part of it going to the people that want you to pay them under the table and able to receive that paper maybe in a month. That's what's going on to Haiti. The modern people you see in Haiti today has nothing to do with the original people. The government corrupt. It's so much corruption. I don't know how United States doing business with the government of Haiti since 1915, but today is worse. They have no morality. They steal. They abuse the people. They are dealing drugs. They are drug dealer. All the presidents, the Congress, the lawyers, the police, the head department. And with that being said, United States have a group of government, so-called Peacekeeper, that's supposed to help the Haitian government to create security in the land. Let me ask you something. Since when United States know anything about peace? Since when United States know anything about security? All they do is chaos, because they were the #1 weapon seller in the world. They were the #1 drug dealer in the world. Haiti is a backyard for drugs to travel from all over the world and human trafficking to export to the rest of the planet. You will never see security in Haiti until the people rise up to create another revolution again and get rid of the black Haitian enemy that betray the land for the benefits, that betray the people for the benefits. And still then, Haiti not going anywhere. After the murder Moise, they put in Ariel Henri in office with a tweet by the woman called Laline Soussan that she's the president for Haiti, the Canada embassy, French embassy, Korean embassy, Dominican embassy. They are the ones who control the land, not the Haitian people. All they are been signing under contract, under our people name to pay the debt for them. And a group of so-called businessmen that came from outside there to control the land. They control the bank. They control all the big business that supposed to help the people create job for them. We don't. Everything is belong to them. They control the import, the export. The original Haitian people not allowed to sell any good import from anywhere in the world to Haiti. If you do, you will find murder. Or if you send any form of good as a container to Haiti, you will not be able to deliver that product to your business. You have Bolos, Dimitrivog, you have the Boso, the Accra family. You have 11 outsiders that control the land. You have the church. You have the Conseil, what we call the black Haitian, the enemy to the people, just like you see in Africa. The so-called prime minister, the so-called king, the so-called president you see in Africa, including Latin American. If you don't step in to fight for your people, if you do, United States will send somebody to kill you. That's what's going on in Haiti. Every outsider colonizer want a piece of this land. The people live in the land, they don't even own it. Constitution 1805, no outsider, no European allowed to buy land in Haiti. But you know what they did? They used the congressman, they used the deputy, the Senate office, they used the church, they used the priest, the pastor to buy land for them under the name, this is United States. The police shooting in the people when they rising to ask for justice, when they don't want a government that has a puppet that in the land to sign contract under the name that the children going to owe money back to the United States. Bad contract. Every contract that been signing under Haiti name is illegal. It's not legal. The money that came to the what we call the administration government, the finance department administration hired by United States, The douane hired by United States. The police trained by Canada. The United States provide equipment for the police. They trained by the outsider. The police has nothing to do with the people of Haiti. They work for the international government. That's where we are. For those of you that complaining, what's wrong with the Haitian people? What's wrong with Haitian people always and rising and fighting and burning tires in the street? That's what's going on. They all over the world stealing our natural resources. They all over in Haiti, the Chinese, the Indian, United States, Canada, France, South Korean, every race. Haiti have the biggest embassy than any place in the world. Why don't you asking you why? And Haiti is not poor. Haiti is the richest countries in the world. We have resources in this land nobody else has. Even the other side of Dominican Republic, which is our land. But the side where most of the dark skin color people are has more wealth than anybody in the world. The young people you see with $5,000 military weapon in the street, we don't create weapon. We didn't build, we didn't create bullet to shoot people. The war was given to the government. At night, they travel to the diplomacy vehicle, okay, to the ghetto, to arm our young people, to terrorize the community. We also have a Jewish embassy in Haiti. The people who call themselves businessmen, they are a diplomacy also running the country. Human trafficking. It's so much going on. I did that video for you in the international country who keep your mouth quiet, who don't stand up to help the poor people in Haiti. You think they like to fight, killing, rising every day, crying, they say they're hungry? Because we don't own anything in the land. Clinton destroyed our agriculture. Monsanto destroyed most of our agriculture or organic agriculture. It's so much going on. Now Haiti has cholera. We never had cholera before. United Nations, United States give us cholera after the earthquake. And now past 4 months ago, we heard from Department of Public Health claim there is cholera again in the land. Soon they're gonna tell us we have malaria, just like in Africa. They're the one who spreading this disease in the land. Their plan is to kill the original people in the land. Their plan is to mix a group of people with a small group of Haitian to have lighter skinned people in the land. That's the plan. For those of you that want to know what's going on in Haiti, I have to let you guys know. Because most Asian people that in the social media, they do video, but it's in Creole. You guys not gonna understand what's going on. So I did that video for you guys. And I'm gonna do another video. The embassy role in Haiti, how they interfere with the government politics that destroy Haiti, that put Haiti in their knee, that put the Asian people where they are today. The police is gangsterism. The police also in kidnapping people. The police and murdering people in the street, shooting in people when they doing manifestation in the street to talk about the right. They've been shot by the police. Okay, for the last presidents we've been having was put in there by United States and the outsider. The people never able to choose their own presidents. Nobody consciousness in Haiti anymore. They came to steal and rob and rape and lies. The country is full of trash. Nobody see it. Nobody care about the social welfare for the people. Now we have Ariel Henri that put in there by United States as a treat. He's been running the country for 18 months, collecting money for himself with his group, with his administrations. Every money that came to Haiti export back to United States. United States put the economy prime minister, economy that collecting money for them, so-called money we owe them by sign up fake aid, fake contract on behalf of the Haitian people. For some of you who don't know, you know today. The police not belong to Haiti. United Nations in Haiti. We have a peacekeeper in Haiti. Even you see what's going on right now in Haiti. They plan to go back, bring military force in the land, and the 10th of January, we'll see what's going to be happening. They're going there to protect the natural resources they can continue stealing from us. The area in the ghetto where you see the children creating chaos for the community, that's where most of the natural resources is. They put in there by the international government and the fake Haitian that were in the government that against the Haitian people. For those of you who don't know what's wrong with Haiti, what's wrong with Haitian people when they want to escape from the chaos to travel all over the world to put their life at risk, that's what's going on in Haiti. Since 1915 to this day, Haiti don't own anything in the land. Everything stolen, taken from the people by the outsider. If you don't know that back then, now you know. Go do some research. Go do some history. Especially the administration of Clinton is getting, when Clinton get to office, and Haiti went in the bottom of the pit because Clinton played a big role in destroy Haiti beside Jefferson and the other presidents. But United States is the main cancer for Haiti. France come after, Canada come after, and the China, Russia, now they all want to take a part to stealing from the land as well. Go do some research. You learn what the hell happened to Haiti. Who's killing Haiti? Who's murdering the Haitian people? Who's raping them? Who's organ traffic them? Who's keep them in poverty? Who's keeping them in blackout? No electricity, no running water. They call them poorest country in the atmosphere in Latin American when they all want the land for themselves. Canada, United States, France, or the European country, they wanna take that land for the reserve. For those of you that don't know, now you know. Stand up and help Haiti fight to get the freedom back. If you wanna help Haiti, we don't need your aid. Haiti has everything to survive. Haiti more wealthy than United States, than anywhere in the world. United States in so much debt, they're looking to continue explore, stealing from the people that you claim poor. We're not poor. Haiti is the richest land in the atmosphere. Thank you. Please share the video, like and share with everyone you know, and also in your social media. Thank you very much. This is from Henri, Lightworker, Star C, Pre-Alien, Atlantis, Bloodline, Peace on Earth, Love and Light. Thank you.